What's going on, everybody? I'm Johnny Opinion Sports. Now, I haven't been uploading a bunch lately. I'm sorry about that, everybody. My personal life has been a mess, but we're going to push through it and keep going. Now, I haven't really gotten a chance to talk about some of our draft picks. I think most of you know how I feel about Wan'Dale Robinson. I love that kid. But there's a few more, some later round guys that I absolutely love. And my favorite is the Indiana linebacker, Micah McFadden. Now, I'm going to talk about how he fits in Wink's scheme, what I think will be his strengths, what he'll need to improve on to be a quality NFL starter. I'm not going to go over specific plays or anything, just give my thoughts and show some highlights in the background so you guys can just kind of see for yourself what kind of ceiling he has. Before I get into his strengths, I'd like to mention this is a high character guy, a two-time team captain. That might not mean much to some people, but it does check a box or two, with off-field concerns. It can also indicate that a player I have a good work ethic as well. Now, as far as the good I see on tape, I just love how he diagnoses plays. Like, you rarely see him get fooled with misdirection plays. It just feels like he knows what's coming, understands how protections work. He is excellent at sniffing out screens, really just sniffing out everything. And that's normally a result of just really good film study from the player, obviously good coaching as well. I just think his best trait is his instincts. His athleticism it's not bad, it's subpar. He's not the biggest guy in the world, but I wouldn't say he's small. I think he's like 240. He's actually pretty damn jacked. Now, I'd like to see him build up that 250, 255 area, kind of like Blake Martinez at the moment. Like I said, he's around that 240, 241. That's what they say anyways. So 10, 15 pounds added to his frame seems feasible to me. But listen, being undersized, that means you're going to struggle to get off blocks. It's just 99% of the time, that's what comes from it. And I will say this for him, though. I like the way he moves through traffic. He does a really good job just avoiding blockers. Listen, that's obviously from watching his college film now. The NFL will definitely be an adjustment for him. He didn't play at SEC or something where half the alignment are NFL caliber players. So I expect early struggles from this guy. But I really, really like McFadden's fit in Wink's system. I think he fits beautifully. You can send him after the quarterback at times. His sack production has steadily improved each year at Indiana. Last year, I think he had 6 sacks, so that's pretty good. You see missed tackles on tape, but I think he's a decent open field tackler. I think that'll improve. He wraps up his tackles. I love to see that. You do get glimpses of high end play. And if any coach can unlock him, I think it'll be Wink. Now, early on, he may be more impactful on special teams. I actually think he'll be a great special teams player, just to be honest about it. That'll obviously help him early on in his career just to stay on the roster until he can build up his body and learn the defensive system. And early on, he may be more of an early down player. You might see him, first, second down. You might see him come off the field on third down. I don't think his coverage is bad, but it needs work. He's going to be going up against running backs and tight ends with the kind of speed he's not really seen. But I like his pass rushing ability. It's something that, he brings to this roster that we didn't really have. We didn't have really anybody that can rush from the middle before this draft. Now, Micah McFadden and Darian Beavers will give the Giants that dimension. So I'm not going to sit here and harp on a bunch of things or overly praise them. These are just my thoughts, my overall thoughts on them. I'm not going to get, too specific here. But I like what I see. And out of all these later round draft picks, 4th round and back, I think Micah McFadden is my favorite. Now, if we were running a different system, maybe if it's a 4-3 or something, I might feel different about him. But Joe Shane, I just feel like he nailed this pick, scheme. So to get this guy in the 5th round where we did, do you think, McFadden is more of a developmental player, somebody that the coaches can bring in and work on and try and build up? But sorry for the lack of content. Again, my life has just been a whirlwind the past couple months. I'm going to try to get to all the players that Schoen drafted in this year's draft. Honestly, I'm out of state right now trying to get my ID and a whole bunch of stuff, so it's just hard for me to find a time to scout all these guys out. But I got a real good look at McFadden and a couple other guys, Cordell Flott, and wow, I'm very impressed for where we got him in the draft. But I just want to thank you all for, sticking it out with me. Please leave a like, that helps me grow. Subscribe if you're new. We got a lot to cover on the channel, and it just never ends. It just goes on and on and on. Stories, something always happens. So stick around. Peace, everybody. Stay safe.